Hey guys, how are you doing? Today is September 3rd, and I have to say that SNOWFLAKE's Q2 performance is still very bad. And I don't happy with a lot of analysts say that SNOWFLAKE's performance is good. I know what they base it on. They base it on the revenue increased at double, right? But the net loss increased at more than a double. I want the net income. I don't want the revenue double. Revenue double is shit to me. I want the net income if I were the shareholders, right? So if you look at the history of SNOWFLAKE, then you will see that this company is nearly 10 years. Just few months to go, then it's 10 years. How can a 10 years company still lose money? Why? Something get wrong, right? Because it get the fast train. It get the fast train on the storage, and also it has the selling point of how to process the data, analyze the data, not only just the storage. So we introduced the SNOWFLAKE after Warren Buffett bought it, right, for nearly 1 year. So it's nearly 10 years of this company. Then why it still lost? And it not only lost, its loss being double. It's more than double. How come? Many IT companies, sales and also the net income increased a lot, like the Microsoft. You can see the Microsoft, right? Microsoft, Amazon, even Apple, Google. Why SNOWFLAKE drifts down, right? It is quite bad because the net loss is more than a double. What happened? I don't think it's good, right? But I think the competition is very serious. So let us talk about some news first, and then we go into a brief. You just look at some figures. You no need to go very detailed into the performance sheet. You only need to take on some data, some main figures. You know that SNOWFLAKE performs bad, right? So our Falcon portfolio been quite alright, right? We increased it nearly at 100%, and yesterday it dropped a bit. So yesterday we dropped at 1%, and then after 19 months, our Falcon portfolio increased it to 99%. The maximum it increased is 102%. Right, so you can see the average. You can say the average is 100%, but we don't need to be happy. We don't need to be not happy, because I've seen much better. I've experienced it much worse. So we just keep on. It's okay. So if you have any subjects you want me to discuss on or analyze, you can leave your message under the YouTube, or directly email to me by usstockmarketweekly@gmail.com. This is our Falcon. So I put it down is 350,000 is the money we started, and then now how much we have? Nearly 700,000 US dollar. So we increased it. You can say a double, right? In 19 months, 19 months, right? So we just keep on. So you just scroll down, you can see the red color works. So every time it got new high, then I will put it down. So the new high is August the 28th, 102%, and then now we have 99%. And last year our portfolio increased at 55%, and then this year from January to September we increased at 27%, right? So this is SNOWFLAKE, right? SNOWFLAKE Q2 performance still very bad. And if you just by looking at the stock price, you are not investing, right? You are just looking at the stock price, right? I don't want to give any special term. You are just investing by the figures. So you don't need to listen to this program. You can turn it off and then listen to some music. Because if you just invest according to the figures, according to the stock price, whatever, then you are not, this is not investment. This is just invest according to the figures. So you can close the program or listen to other programs, right? So that's what Warren Buffett said. So let us take a quick look on the Dow Jones. Dow Jones yesterday increased at 131 points, right? It's got a new high on 35,000, right? You can see a new high. Right? Then Nasdaq is also a new high, right? 15,000, 15,015, and 1 year before. The past one year is horrible, right? For the COVID-19, but 1 year before is 10,000, so increased 50%. We have to say that we have to take the fast train of India. We have to do that. So you can see India's ETF hit 19 months new high on a double-digit GDP growth. It's something like 20 to 21, right? But we know that there's no construction, right? Because it just after the COVID-19, it's because the money flow into India for what? For huge orders for cheap products like the masks, right? There are a lot of medical use cheap stock. So America is buying, so Europe is buying some cheap stocks or some very simple apparels, right? The orders is flowing into India, and the India's now the COVID-19 situation is much better. The figures become much better, but China is still worse, right? China is still worse. Vietnam is still serious. So that's the reason the money and the order is flowing into India. So makes the GDP growth in past 1 or 2 months up to 20 digits. Now even America is down to 6 or 7%. But because the money grow in, then because actually the base figure is very low for India. You know, India is still very poor. India is still very poor, right? So we all know that. So actually, we have to take on this fast train. Like 20 years before, a lot of investors take on China's fast train. But we have to be super careful. If you invest on, you can see a new emerging country, right? New emerging country, because a lot of things suddenly pop in and then it will crash. Like the currency, there are a lot of things like Brazil, right? We just lost a little bit on the stone company. So we have to be very careful and then control your investment amount or the percentage. But we have to take on this fast train, right? We have to. These fast trains will be for how long? 20 years? Or maybe 40 years like China. So you can see India launches account aggregator to extend financial service to millions. So 5 years before, India already developed a lot of pay, right? Like the PayTM, Phone PE, credit for the payment. And then banks are now ready for their second act. And then the bank can receive the money. Otherwise, you can't receive the money, right? A lot of people didn't want to give you the order, but they can't give you the money, right? So actually 5 years before, so you can see India's top banks 5 years ago built the interoperable UPI rails and enabled over 150 million people in the South Asian market to pay digitally. So they did it already 5 years before. So actually PayTM, Phone PE, then we still have to monitor how it goes for the figures. Figures won't tell lies, right? I love to face the figures, right? As long as it's real, right? So actually we have to take on this fast train, but we have to be very careful. So follow our channel, right? So one of two news, then we go to Snowflake. And PayPal now is offering a stock trading platform in the America. It has the pay already, right? PayPal is the pay app itself. So actually, she is arranging stock trading platform. You can already use PayPal or Square for cryptocurrency already. And then if you ask me for a stock trading platform, is it difficult? Not so difficult, but not so easy, because it's just for collecting the orders. Like the Robinhood, it's just collecting the orders. Collecting all the orders, and then you can give the orders to the bank, to the brokers, and then finish it, right? So why you do this for agency fee, for commission, and also to have the stick for the customer. When the customer then want to buy because now you know that a lot of money flow into America because of China. They flow into the American stock market, and a lot of coming India stock will go to America as well. So a lot of money flow into America, then they don't want to miss this golden chance. So actually they do the stock trading. So you can stick the customer because she may not be focusing on the stock commission, but they use them because then you will use the PayPal service. And then they will earn commission from you. Very smart, very careful. Right? Very smart, and I have to say careful because she has the PayPal already. So she doesn't need to develop the pay. She just developed the stock trading platform. On the contrary, Robinhood has the stock trading platform, but she doesn't have the pay, right? So actually she is developing a online payment for the Robinhood. So if they have the online payment for the Robinhood, then it can, like the PayPal, the same. Because Robinhood herself is a stock trading platform, but she doesn't have the payment platform. So that's what it is. So let's see, right? It's good to us, right? So let's talk about SNOWFLAKE. A lot of people that turned back to SNOWFLAKE after the fall is because the stock price rise up. You can see after May, then the stock price rise up, and then it rises up from the bottom about 190 to now is more than $100 for the stock price. And then they think, oh, SNOWFLAKE comes back because of Warren Buffett. This is shit to me because I want the net income. Then you can see there's still no PE ratio because it's still losing money. So how can it have a PE ratio? Take a look on some key figures so you know. Revenue, 0.272 billion. This is for this year, May to July. And then this comparing to last November to this January, right? That means half year before, right? You can easily see that revenue increased linear double, but the loss is 0.189 billion. And half year before, that quarter's loss is only $77 million. That means the revenue increased more than double. But the net loss increased, I think, is 2.5 times than before, right? 77 million, right? More than double. So what does it mean? It means the revenues increase is less than the loss. Why? You can say the fixed expenditure because it has to use money to develop the storage, have to employ more engineers, something like that. I understand. But the key point is the revenue increment should be at least 1.5 times. Why it not increased at 1.5 times? Not difficult for them because a lot increased that. Financially, SNOWFLAKE still healthy. You can see the cash decreased a little bit, that's fine. And the short-term investment increased a little bit, it's also fine. Short-term investment, that means you can sell it out, dump it out, and then change it back to cash in the short term. So we call it short-term investment. Then it doesn't have a lot of long-term debt, but just a little bit, just $10.35 million. So it doesn't matter, right? Financially, SNOWFLAKE still healthy, but not on the performance. From 5 out of 2 of future 500 investment companies, they can now use SNOWFLAKE cloud already. They can use it already. Like the Teradata, Oracle, IBM, they are rivals to each other, right? But actually, they can also have the green light to use SNOWFLAKE cloud already. And another company that is quite dramatic is Pfizer. We all know Pfizer, right? Nowadays, no one doesn't know Pfizer. And then Pfizer also used SNOWFLAKE cloud for product sales, distribution of COVID-19 vaccine, for calculation, not only storage, for AI, for calculation, and then because a lot of data, they just input the data into SNOWFLAKE, give SNOWFLAKE the data for storage, but ask SNOWFLAKE to analyze. Something like that. But the key point is not only SNOWFLAKE is going from data storage into analyze. Google Cloud also doing this. Amazon's web service also doing this. And Microsoft is also doing this. That means after maybe 8 months or 10 months, not only SNOWFLAKE is doing data analyze or data intelligence, not only Salesforce, Google is doing on that, Amazon is doing on that, Microsoft is doing that. But we have to aware that Google, Amazon, Microsoft, they have much more customer than SNOWFLAKE. And also, the very important thing is they are more wealthy than SNOWFLAKE. Their wealthiness is nearly a country, right? So the point is, if a lot of competitors comes into that and they are huge competitors, then SNOWFLAKE's position, where to put SNOWFLAKE's position, right? I don't know. Then we have to ask Warren Buffett, right? But Warren Buffett doesn't matter because he earned it enough. He earned back the capital already. He earned back the capital already. We know that. And then for the balance, then no capital, right? No capital is zero capital, right? So that's the reason then we should not blindly follow what Warren Buffett did. Warren Buffett also made mistake, right? And maybe the things changes when it goes on. So we can see Oracle not doing bad. You can see Oracle all time except just many years before at the 2000, then it drops. Then for past 20 years, Oracle goes up. You can see Oracle has a PE less than 20. Oracle is a very old company, very rich. You see, the stock price goes up because the net income goes up, right? Oracle may also do on the same thing as SNOWFLAKE. So this one is Stone Company, and this shows, right? This shows not all Warren Buffett's picking is profitable. He make mistake, I make mistake, all of us make mistake. We have to follow the quarterly result, quarter by quarter and quarter. Don't just listen to analysis. Don't just see the stock price. Some people, they just invest according to the stock price. Or stock price go up, buying. Stock price falls, just dump it out. All right. There is a good example of like PayPal. Many years before, it fall more than 15%, something like that. And then you may dump it out, right? You may dump it out immediately. Oh, I'm lucky, right? I dump it out. It just dropped it 15%. But afterwards, it rises up more than double. So have independent thinking, and then look at the figures, and then look at the competitors, look at the investment, what her business goes, then you will see a lot of things. Not just looking at the share price. Look at the stock price is very easy, right? Look at stock just by looking at the stock price for investment is very easy, but earn money is difficult, right? You have to read a lot of articles. You have to read the small figures of the performance sheet. The figures is very small, right? Then you have to do the calculation. You have to see some passages. You have to see what the CEO said in the annual report, something like that, right? I'm going to read the performance report of Marks and Spencer. I will not go through all of them because it's 320 pages, but maybe I have to go for 100 pages. So It's like that, right? So I'm not saying that stone company will not rise again, right? But we have to wait for some time. Normally, my investment habit is, if the performance is very bad, I will just dump it out. I can buy back when it goes better, right? When it improves, that I can buy back. But why? But I will not hold it when it goes very bad, because it will go further worse. This is my habit. Maybe not your habit, right? Maybe not a habit, but this is my habit. And then this habit sometimes save my life, right? Or you can say sometimes save my money. Huh? Okay, today we share up to here, and if you like this program, please give me a like. Then you can leave your comment, and then if you think some of your friends like this video, you can share this link to her. And please help to press the subscribe button and then press the bell icon, so whenever there is new video uploaded, YouTube will inform you immediately. Okay, today is Friday, and I hope everyone have a very peaceful weekend. Let us see next Friday. Bye bye.